Finding the perfect place to buy quality meat can be a tricky task, especially with grocery stores constantly evolving to meet customer needs. Whether you're looking for fresh cuts to grill for a weekend barbecue or budget-friendly options for your weekly meals, the choice of grocery store can make all the difference. In this guide, we've curated a list of the 8 best and 8 worst grocery stores to buy meat in 2025, based on factors such as quality, price, selection, and customer experience. Our goal is to help you make informed decisions when it comes to sourcing the best meat for your family and avoiding potentially disappointing options. If you find this content helpful, make sure to subscribe for more valuable insights, tips, and recommendations on grocery shopping and beyond. Don't miss out on staying ahead of the trends in 2025. 8th place, Publix. If you're hunting for the perfect place to buy your meats in 2025, Publix is lurking in 8th place, waiting to captivate you with its unnervingly high standards. Renowned for its eerily flawless customer service, Publix feels almost too good to be true. A retail twilight zone where cheerful employees greet you at every turn and somehow always know exactly what you need. But it's not just the atmosphere. The quality of their meats is unmistakably haunting. Their carefully curated selection includes USDA choice and prime cuts that seem almost otherworldly, alongside their GreenWise line offering organic, antibiotic-free options. The gleaming meat cases, filled with impossibly fresh steaks, chops, and roasts, gleam under the lights as though whispering pick me. Their butchers, skilled to an almost unnervingly precise degree, won't just cut your meat. They'll guide you with the wisdom of ancient meat sages. Whether it's custom cuts or preparation tips, their unsettling expertise leaves nothing to chance. Publix's allegiance to trusted suppliers ensures every piece of meat is consistent in quality, a fact that loyal, almost fanatical shoppers find oddly comforting. And just when it seems too luxurious to be affordable, Publix casts its spell with sales and loyalty programs that lure in the budget-conscious. Seductive deals and discounts pull you deeper into its grasp, leaving you questioning how you've never noticed how good they've always been. Customers rave about the freshness of their wares and the almost creepy attentiveness of the staff. It's a place where nothing seems amiss, a smooth operation that runs with chilling precision. If you dare to step into Publix, be prepared to be mesmerized by the experience. It's more than just a grocery store. It's an uncanny meat lover's haven where the ordinary feels eerily exceptional. 7th place, Costco. When it comes to buying meat, Costco stands out as both a blessing and a curse lurking in the aisles. The allure of USDA prime beef meat, typically reserved for the select few dining at exclusive steakhouses, draws families and enthusiasts alike into its cavernous, fluorescent-lit domain. At first glance, it seems like a dream come true. Imagine beef marbled with perfection, sold in bulk at prices that seem too good to be real. But lurking beneath the surface of this meat utopia lies a shadow of hard truths. For those who dare to trust their dinner plans to Costco, the portions are monstrous, almost daunting. Meat packages that could feed an army come vacuum-sealed, cold and sterile, staring at you from their plastic coffins. Families and meal preppers may rejoice at the prospect, but the creeping thought remains, what if it's too much? What happens when the portions overwhelm, when you're trapped, freezing and defrosting for weeks, tethered to a choice you made in a moment of confidence? Longevity in the freezer cannot always mirror the perfection it had in the aisle. Though notorious for value, Costco is utterly void of the human touch. Custom cuts are a fantasy in this warehouse of excessive abundance. Buyers are left to the mercy of pre-packaged selections, with not a butcher in sight to guide them. Sourcing may be reputable, and the quality standards high, but the experience feels transactional, lifeless. Customers swear by the consistency, but what else lurks in those massive packs? Costco's meat section is a gamble many are willing to take, seduced by prices and promises. But be warned, stepping into its frozen labyrinth could haunt the unprepared with too much to store or too much to handle. Choose carefully, lest the bargain bite back. 6th place, Safeway. When stepping into a Safeway, you are entering a realm where quality meat is not just an expectation, but a guarantee. Safeway has earned its darkly illustrious position as one of the best grocery stores to buy meat in 2025, and for good reason. Their selection of cuts is almost intimidating in its perfection. From everyday staples to the stunningly marbled USDA choice beef that whispers temptation from behind the glass. Beware, vegetarians. The siren call of their tender, premium cuts is hard to ignore. Safeway has mastered the art of indulgence, making your every choice a deliberate descent into the world of exquisite gourmet meats. What truly sets Safeway apart is their commitment to variety and sustainability. They cater to every heath and ethical whim with their organic and grass-fed options, daring you to make a choice while questioning if you'll regret it later. Their partnerships with reputable suppliers promise freshness and sustainability, but also suggest an unsettling perfection in their process, as though every steak and roast has been meticulously inspected under the glare of obsession. Adding to the allure, or dread, is the presence of in-house butchers. These dedicated artisans stand ready to carve the meat of your dreams or nightmares, offering custom cuts and preparing each piece with an almost frightening precision. They provide advice with unnerving confidence, as if they can see straight into your culinary intentions. Regular promotions and loyalty programs like Just For You add another layer of unease. It's almost too easy to indulge in decadent cuts for less, leaving you wondering if the affordability is too alluring to trust. Customers frequently commend the consistent quality and knowledgeable staff, but even this well-earned praise feels like part of some larger, enigmatic design. Safeway doesn't just sell you meat, it draws you into an experience that is as magnificent as it is hauntingly unforgettable. Hunting. Fifth place, H-E-B. Beware of the temptations lurking within the walls of H-E-B, a grocery store that has mastered the art of luring you into its clutches with promises of the freshest, most premium meats imaginable. Their highly coveted H-E-B Prime 1 beef is almost sinister in its perfection, delivering cuts so exquisite that they rival the offerings of the most prestigious steakhouses. But don't be fooled. There's a method to their madness, carefully engineered to make you return time and time again. The variety is overwhelming, designed to ensnare even the most disciplined shopper. Organic selections, pasture-raised options, and a commitment to sourcing meat from humane and sustainable suppliers paint a picture of unparalleled quality. Yet, deep within this abundance lies a trap: the full-service butchers, with their dangerously charming expertise, ready to slice, dice, and prepare any cut your heart desires. They'll even whisper meal prep advice into your ear, planting ideas that take root and refuse to leave your mind. And then, the deals. Oh, the insidious weekly deals. They lure you in with promises of affordability, disguising the true cost: your willpower. A perfectly marbled ribeye, a tender filet mignon, all within reach thanks to cunning discounts that make resisting impossible. The in-store meal deals, far too convenient and tantalizing, become an indulgent ritual. Little by little, H-E-B claims you as its own, binding you in loyalty with every succulent bite. H-E-B's charm is darkly magnetic. It doesn't just sell meat, it weaves a delicious web that captures your taste buds and your devotion. Enter at your own risk, and prepare to face a haunting dilemma every time you gaze into the butcher's case, unable to resist what's offered. By the time you realize what's happened, it's already too late. Fourth place, Kroger. When it comes to buying meat, Kroger is a name that looms large in the grocery world. But don't be fooled into thinking it's all sunshine and convenience. Their reputation for offering high-quality USDA choice and prime beef can almost feel too perfect, lulling you into the idea that every purchase comes without a cost. Under the guise of their Simple Truth brand, they present organic and grass-fed options that seem tailored to the ultimate conscientious consumer. But remember, perfection always has its price. Their in-house butchers stand ready, knives gleaming, to offer you custom cuts and advice. But there's an edge to this convenience that can't be ignored. The seamless experience they promise can begin to feel almost eerie. It's as if they know your preferences before you do, like they've studied your habits through their loyalty programs, learning exactly how to entice you. And then there's the strict animal welfare standards they fervently advertise. While it may seem like a beacon of sustainability, peeling back the layers could reveal the unsettling complexity behind mass production at such massive scales. Kroger's digital coupons and customer rewards make shopping for meat irresistibly affordable, but this affordability might fool you into forgetting what lurks beneath. Food safety protocols and sustainability claims are their calling cards, yet no large operation escapes its shadows entirely. Despite this, their dedication to meat quality casts a spell. Customers find the reliability and expertise of the staff difficult to resist, even in the face of potential overpromising. Shopping for meat at Kroger seems harmless enough, even comforting, but don't underestimate the precision and power behind the machine. It's a finely tuned juggernaut of the grocery world, hiding its sharp edges behind offers that are almost too good to be true. Proceed wisely, or you could find yourself entranced without even realizing it. Third place, Sprouts Farmers Market. Beware, carnivores, as Sprouts Farmers Market emerges as a formidable contender in the meaty battlefield of 2025. This is no ordinary supermarket. It's a haven that lures you in with promises of pure, untainted meat that feels almost too good to be true. The allure of antibiotic-free, hormone-free, and organic offerings is almost impossible to resist, especially when it boasts grass-fed beef and wild-caught seafood that seem plucked straight from nature's deepest secrets. But don't be fooled. It's not just the products but the experience that may send a shiver down your spine. Their butcher counter isn't just a place to grab meat. It's a theater of temptation, where expert butchers gleam with knowledge, ready to carve custom cuts as if reading your carnivorous desires. You won't leave empty-handed. You might leave with more than you plan. The pricing? Oh, it's treacherously tempting. Sprouts doesn't just sell premium meat. They make it accessible to the masses with competitive prices and sales that strike like lightning. Blink and you might miss one of their legendary deals, leaving you in regret until the next opportunity arises. Freshness is almost an understatement here. Their meat seemingly whispers of ethical sourcing and quality control so meticulous, it's eerie. Eating meat from Sprouts isn't just a routine purchase. It's an agreement of trust, drawn from an unsettling yet compelling promise that what you see is exactly what you'll get. If you dare to venture into this realm of premium meat, Sprouts Farmers Market stands ready, its doors open with the promise of quality so high it feels almost haunted by perfection. Second place, Whole Foods Market. Entering Whole Foods Market feels like stepping into a realm where meat is elevated to an almost otherworldly standard. But behind the carefully curated displays and alluring packaging lies a haunting obsession with perfection. Their meat is governed by rigorous standards that seem more precise than the slicing of a butcher's blade. Absolutely no antibiotics, no artificial hormones, and often certified organic. Second place, the offerings whisper promises of ethically raised animals and grass-fed options, as if to lull you into a sense of moral security. Yet it's the eerie dedication to their 5-step animal welfare rating system that can send a chill down your spine. Every cut of meat on their shelves has passed a labyrinth of rules where animal lives are dissected into checkpoints of welfare steps, ensuring they were humanely raised, their existence monitored, their fate perhaps predetermined. The butchers here are not mere workers but artisans, armed with dangerous knowledge. They seem to know too much about every cut, every preparation method, every precise culinary secret hiding beneath the surface of marbled ribs or tenderloins. You can almost feel their eyes watching as they carve with precision, offering cuts so tailored it's as if they were reading your thoughts. But if the knife slips, if the order is imperfect, who knows which standards they might shatter? And then there's the price. Steep, intimidating, almost punishing. Yet for those willing to pay the ultimate cost, the flavor is said to haunt your palate, a lingering proof of its superior quality and unspeakable freshness. Customers swear by the taste, yet their praises feel almost ceremonial, like whispers in the dark of something forbidden, something too good to be real. Whole Foods Market does not just sell meat. It invites you into a darker ritual of taste, quality, and unwavering sustainability that dares you to justify the cost. Will you? First place, Wegmans. A carnivore's paradise, Wegmans tops the list for meat lovers in 2025. But this isn't just a grocery store. It's a kingdom of culinary carnage. Its vast selection of premium meats tempts your taste buds while whispering promises of flavor so rich it could haunt your dreams. Wegmans lures you in with USDA prime beef hanging like trophies, tender steaks aged to perfection, and organic chicken so pristine you'll wonder if it walked out of a storybook farm. Beware, for no appetite escapes unscathed. The skilled butchers are more than just employees. They are masters of the blade, offering their expertise with an almost eerie precision. Their custom cuts are like art forged from flesh, each section meticulously prepared to your exact instructions. They'll charm you with their grilling tips, casually imparting culinary wisdom that sounds like secrets stolen from ancient tomes. It's easy to feel their passion for perfection. But don't be fooled. Their expertise is addictive, and soon you'll keep returning, craving their guidance, year after year. Wegmans seems otherworldly in its ethical sourcing, with its clean transparency so bold it's almost suspicious. How could a store of this magnitude excel so perfectly at sustainability and freshness? Vacuum-sealed packaging protects every slice as if preserving something much darker. A perfection so perfect it feels unnatural. The shimmering seafood and savory cuts gleam like treasures under the fluorescent glow, drawing you deeper into the aisles. It's too late. You've already fallen under Wegmans' spell. Here, superior quality devours competition. Every taste feels like indulgence with an emotional grip you can't shake. Wegmans doesn't simply sell you meat, it brands itself into your craving. A single visit is all it takes to dethrone all other options in your heart and on your grill. Worst grocery stores to buy meat in 2025. Not all meat markets are created equal. While some excel in quality and freshness, others falter with questionable sourcing, poor preparation, or lackluster selection. Here, we explore the grocery stores that fail to meet the mark in 2025, leaving customers disappointed and sometimes even regretful about their meat purchases. These, reader, 8th place, ShopRite. ShopRite has earned a concerning reputation for its meat quality, firmly placing it as one of the worst grocery stores to buy meat in 2025. Consumers have reported alarming issues with discoloration and foul odors emanating from products well before their expiration dates. For any shopper, this raises unsettling questions about the handling and storage practices of the store's perishable items. The sight and smell of spoiled meat are not just unappetizing but also signify potential health hazards that no one should have to risk when shopping for food. Adding to the unease is the store's lack of in-house butchers. Without this critical feature, there is no dependable way for customers to request fresh cuts or ensure their meat is handled properly before purchase. Instead, pre-packaged options dominate, leaving little room for trust or customization. Many shoppers find this concerning, especially since transparency about sourcing and production seems to be another area where ShopRite falls short. CSA, the vague origins of their meat products leave customers in the dark about the quality, ethicality, and safety of what they're buying. Perhaps the most alarming drawback is the consistent freshness problem. For those hoping to stock up on groceries, ShopRite's meat options are simply not reliable. The rapid spoilage makes long-term storage impractical, forcing shoppers to constantly replace items, a costly inconvenience that can lead to waste. This lack of dependability, combined with the store's neglect for quality standards, positions ShopRite as a growing liability for its patrons. While grocery shopping should instill confidence and comfort, purchasing meat from ShopRite instead inspires fear and regret. For these disturbing reasons, it's best to tread carefully, or better yet, steer clear of ShopRite's meat aisle entirely. Your health and peace of mind may depend on it. 7th place, Kroger. When it comes to buying meat, Kroger's reputation has taken a significant hit, and for good reason. Customers have increasingly reported alarming issues with the meat sold in their stores, raising serious concerns about safety and quality. Complaints of premature spoilage are widespread, with many shoppers claiming that their groceries have gone bad just days, if not hours, after purchase. Even more unsettling are the reports of strange, chemical-like odors emanating from the meat, leaving customers to question exactly what might be lurking in their food. Adding to the unease is Kroger's lack of in-store butchers in numerous locations, a missing piece that creates a stark gap in customer service. Without trained professionals on site to answer questions or provide insight into the meat's origins, customers are left guessing about what they are paying for. This absence also hints at less precise handling and oversight, exacerbating worries about how the meat is managed before it reaches consumers' hands. Packaging and handling practices come under intense scrutiny as well. Shoppers have expressed doubts about whether Kroger is adhering to proper safety standards, particularly since inconsistency seems to plague their meat departments. One week customers might find decent quality, while the next brings disappointment and frustration. The constant gamble of whether the meat will meet expectations fosters distrust, leaving many to avoid the chain altogether for such purchases. While Kroger may boast variety, what does it matter when quality feels like a roll of the dice? The ghosts of spoiled steaks and suspect chicken linger in shoppers' minds, haunting their decision to return. If the trend continues, Kroger risks even further damage to its reputation, as customers turn elsewhere to ensure their family's food is fresh, safe, and trustworthy. For now, experts and critics alike advise steering clear. Next place, Food Lion. If you care about the quality and freshness of the meat you buy, Food Lion should be approached with extreme caution. Customers have repeatedly reported unsettling issues with the meat sold at their stores, describing unpleasant odors and alarming discoloration that raise serious questions about freshness. The meat, often appearing aged or mishandled, creates an immediate sense of distrust. Such problems are not merely inconveniences, but potential health hazards that could ruin any meal, if not worse. Unlike competitors that pride themselves on personalized customer service, Food Lion lacks the option for custom cuts of meat. The store's meats are entirely pre-packaged off-site, leaving no opportunity for assurance of freshness or quality. What you see is what you get, and often what you get could barely be described as appetizing. This disconnect also leaves customers in the dark about how long the meat has been sitting in its packaging. Even more concerning is the evident use of preservatives, which not only compromise the flavor and texture of the meat, but also introduce a harsh, chemical aftertaste that should deter even the hungriest shopper. These unnatural additives clash with any notion of wholesome food and leave you wondering what exactly you're putting on your plate. Perhaps most alarming of all is the glaring lack of transparency in Food Lion's sourcing practices. With no clear information about animal welfare or environmental accountability, buyers are left to blindly trust that the meat has been ethically and safely managed. A trust that, given other red flags, seems highly misplaced. For a store meant to serve communities, the overall experience and uncertainty surrounding Food Lion's meat department feel more like a warning than an invitation. When it comes to stocking your fridge, shop elsewhere. Your health and peace of mind will thank you. Fifth place, Meijer. When it comes to buying meat in 2025, Meijer earns a dubious spot on the list of the worst grocery stores. Specifically at fifth place, and for all the wrong reasons. Customers have voiced mounting frustrations over the glaringly inconsistent quality of its meat products. Tough cuts of steak marred by an excessive amount of fat have become a recurring nightmare for many unsuspecting shoppers. The inconsistency has left consumers wary, afraid to risk a pricey purchase only to end up with subpar products that don't meet even the minimal expectations of quality. With every bite, disappointment looms large. Another glaring shortfall at Meijer is the lack of in-house butchers, an essential feature for any respectable grocery store that claims to provide fresh, high-quality meat. Without these skilled professionals on site, shoppers are deprived of custom-cut options and the assurance that their meat hasn't been sitting for too long. It's a chilling reality that only exacerbates the lack of freshness. Instead, patrons are left to fend for themselves, facing shelves stocked with pre-packaged portions of mystery cuts that may or may not have been stored properly. Even more frightening are the questions surrounding Meijer's sourcing and sustainability practices. While transparency in today's market is everything, Meijer has been alarmingly opaque about where its meat actually comes from. Does it come from farms that prioritize humane practices? Or are they perpetuating unethical methods of production? Shoppers are left haunted by the possibility that their purchases may be supporting harmful or unsustainable operations, with no clarity in sight. Finally, Meijer is perpetually plagued by variability in product integrity. One week's supply may look decent, but the next could be riddled with defects that make shoppers cringe. Meat shopping at Meijer is not only a gamble, but an excursion fraught with uncertainty, leaving customers with one unsettling conclusion: it's a risk simply not worth taking. Fourth place, Save-A-Lot. When it comes to purchasing meat, Save-A-Lot has earned itself a notorious reputation, landing firmly in the fourth spot of the worst grocery stores to buy meat in 2025. For anyone who values freshness, taste, or even basic food safety, this store serves as a cautionary tale. Reports of spoiled meat being sold, even while still within its expiration date, have become disturbingly common. Customers often find themselves recoiling at the sight of brown, questionable cuts of meat lining the shelves. Worse still, the lack of attention to proper storage and quality control suggests a system riddled with neglect. The store's selection does little to redeem it. Meat options are both sparse and uninspired. For shoppers looking for premium cuts, be it organic, grass-fed, or locally sourced, Save-A-Lot offers little more than a meager selection of mass-produced generic options. This scarcity leaves customers with the unsettling realization that quality is not even on the menu. On top of that, the store completely lacks a butcher counter, meaning there are no options for custom cuts or personalized service. Every piece of meat is pre-packaged, further diminishing any sense of freshness or care. Perhaps the most concerning aspect of Save-A-Lot's meat department is its flavor, or lack thereof. Complaints about bland, rubbery, or outright foul-tasting meat have become a recurring theme among disappointed buyers. Compounding this issue is the limited transparency regarding sourcing, leaving consumers in the dark about where their meat is coming from or how it is processed. It's a gamble every time you pick up a package, and the odds seem stacked against you. For those thinking of saving a buck, the cost may not just be in dollars, but in quality and safety. Save-A-Lot's meat department feels like a game of culinary Russian roulette, one that discerning shoppers would be wise to avoid. Third place, Meat Stop and Shop. Stop and Shop has plummeted further down the rankings of grocery stores to avoid when it comes to purchasing meat. Customers have continually voiced their frustrations about the severe decline in meat quality, and for good reason. The decision to outsource meat processing has transformed what was once a moderately reliable meat section into a haven of disappointment. The quality is undeniably compromised, with frequent customer reports of spoilage, off-putting discoloration, and meat that simply does not look or smell fresh. Worse yet, these issues often hide behind excessive preservatives meant to give the illusion of freshness, a deceptive practice that leaves a bad taste in more ways than one. To make matters worse, Stop & Shop has completely done away with in-store butchers who could provide custom cuts and ensure a higher standard of quality. This absence is deeply felt by shoppers who now have no choice but to settle for pre-packaged, mass-processed meat that lacks both the personal touch and the assurance of freshness that only a skilled butcher can provide. What was once a customer-centric grocery experience has been reduced to a faceless, convenience-driven operation that prioritizes cost-cutting over consumer satisfaction. The horrifying truth is that this decline in meat quality has far-reaching effects on Stop & Shop's reputation. Loyal shoppers are turning away in droves, uncomfortable with the risks and dissatisfied with the lack of transparency. Declining sales paint a harrowing picture for the chain's future, as more buyers flee to competitors known for higher standards. It's not just about bad meat, it's about broken trust, and that is a wound that may never heal. Think twice before filling your cart at Stop & Shop. Your health and wallet might thank you for steering clear. Second place, Lidl. When it comes to purchasing meat, Lidl earns its unfortunate second-place spot. This is not merely due to minor inconveniences. It's because shopping for meat here can feel like stepping into a culinary minefield. Customers frequently report encountering spoiled or near-experienced products on the shelves, a horrifying reality for anyone hoping to prepare safe and wholesome meals for their family. The issue extends beyond isolated incidents. It's become a pattern that raises serious questions about quality control and food safety practices. Adding to the nightmare is Lidl's lack of in-house butchers, which entirely erases the option for custom cuts. Need a specific size steak for a recipe or a differently prepared meat product? You won't find it here. Instead, shoppers are stuck with mass-packaged, processed options that lack flexibility and freshness. This absence of tailored service feels profoundly impersonal and disappointing, especially when other grocery chains are stepping up their game with high-quality, customer-chromoed meat counters. But perhaps the most chilling aspect of Lidl's meat section is the lack of premium, high-quality offerings. For conscious shoppers searching for organic or grass-fed meat, the options are painfully limited. Even worse, Lidl's transparency, or lack thereof, when it comes to where their meat is sourced, adds to the air of mistrust. So, without clear answers, customers are left to wonder about the origins of the products they're consuming, making it hard to feel confident about what's being served at their dining tables. Buying meat at Lidl is a gamble, one that could leave you with disappointment, wasted money, or worse, a health risk. Shoppers beware, as this chain's deficiencies in quality and trustworthiness make it a place to avoid when it comes to your next meat purchase. 1. Amazon Fresh. When it comes to purchasing meat in 2025, Amazon Fresh takes the unfortunate top spot as the worst offender. The issues with freshness are nothing short of alarming, as customers frequently report receiving meat that is either spoiled upon arrival or deteriorates within hours of being unpacked. The trust consumers once placed in convenient online grocery services has eroded rapidly due to these pervasive problems. Worse yet, the inconsistency in quality stems directly from the company's scattered sourcing process, where suppliers vary significantly by region. This lack of a centralized standard leaves shoppers at the mercy of unpredictable quality, making every purchase a gamble. Adding to the anxiety is Amazon Fresh's delivery model, which compounds these issues. Prolonged transit times, improperly controlled temperatures, and inadequate packaging mean that delicate, perishable items like meat are particularly vulnerable to spoilage. For shoppers looking for premium cuts or custom orders, Amazon Fresh fails spectacularly, offering neither butchery services nor robust product options. The limited selection leaves little room for discerning consumers, forcing them to settle for subpar offerings that fail to meet basic expectations for quality and freshness. Perhaps most disconcerting are the recalls that have plagued Amazon Fresh's meat supply. Reports of contamination and safety hazards highlight severe cracks in their supply chain reliability. Consumers are left questioning whether their purchases pose direct risks to their health and well-being. This systemic failure points to a broader negligence in maintaining food safety protocols, making Amazon Fresh a risky option for anyone prioritizing quality, safety, or peace of mind. At the end of the day, the convenience that Amazon Fresh promises is hardly worth the distress of dealing with questionable meat products. Shoppers seeking reliable, fresh, and safe meat are advised to steer well clear of this troubling option in 2025.